America.
Yeah, so that's fine.
It's like you might be able to see the HQ from my bedroom window. I mean, I've worked for some of the best brands in the industry, I feel, and it's been a blessing with the people I've worked with throughout my career. I've worked with some pretty amazing companies, but being able to work with Intense now when they're a 10-minute drive from my house, and you know, they're a SoCal brand with kind of a moto background and very similar passions to me, so representing a brand that is kind of where you're from, you know, I think anybody could relate to that. There's sort of something special there where it's like, it feels good to wear the logo, so pretty stoked.
Ooh, fresh kid.
New kid, who dis?
Hey, no. They're fresh. One right up. Need to give these polished up. Look at this guy.
There's only one John Hall in the world.
Yeah.
Broke the mold when they made me, boys.
You pay top dollar for this at the airport.
Oh, boy.
America.
Yeah.
Someone had to one-up everybody.
Pretty happy with the setup this year. We've upgraded the materials. Very happy. We have been working non-stop on this for the last couple of months to put everything together and get all the parts shipped out here, and a couple days ago that table was just full of parts and nothing was built. Now everything's built and here we are. So yeah, man, I'm just excited. Like, everything's going together great, so we're just having a good time riding, hanging, shooting some photos, and ready to launch it to the world in a couple of days. So definitely excited.
So move in a little bit. There.
With Intense, like their downhill is their roots. That's like everything they started with, and racing specifically. So it's cool because they understand the value that downhill racing brings to a company through the marketing, the development, and all that stuff. So you're never like battling some guy that is an ex-triathlete that's running your your budget program and just doesn't really know how to relate and whatever, you know, that. So it's that's kind of part of the gig. But with Intense, it's like these guys really relate to what I'm doing.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a long time dream to put a dream team together like this. And it's just kind of another statement to our commitment to racing. So we're going all the way with this one for sure.
Revolution is knocking, resolution is knowledge. Get your hand on my pocket, no weapon made can conquer my inner pain. It started my evolution of rhyming. Persecuted, indicted, they instituted the violence that started my defiance. Give no respect or alliance. Let's make the rich ones who die trying. Let's making commitments, dollars have no bias. Show you how to move in a den full of lions. If the dinner ain't cooking, you gotta know where to find it. Even if you paint pretty, you can't change the climate in my inner sanctum. My hard work is thankless, bold print the statement. I could show you something that's suited for all ages. Back when I used to hide the heights and cross spaces, all for the cost of blank slate your faces. From the sinister cemetery, real life visionary, not preliminary. My kingdom is ruled by Vikings. Why we can't have nice things when that hunger rings? Watch how they resort to biting.
Better, yeah.
Oh, sick. Yeah, look at that, flat out. Foot out, flat out.
Watch the way you talk to me because I speak awfully. Even when mocking me, you gotta do it awkwardly. Often dark thoughts speak, giving me these allergies. When I sneeze, who's gonna bless me? Counted one blessing and then it got depressing. Now down again, see what your team stop suggesting. We make it our business to see and remain different. Same day, different dark.
It's definitely different. There's usually a vibe on a lot of companies where they want you to be on the exact production bike, and they want to keep prototyping very secret, and like they don't want anybody to know about what you're doing, whereas Jeff's like, here's what we're doing, here's some photos, like check it out. So it's great for me as a factory rider to have those resources to be able to mess with stuff.
The orange or the red bike?
Honda, dude. Carmichael, orange gear on the red bike, that's what's up. Don't think you got to match all the time.
We went a little softer on the suspension first we run because it was cold this morning. Now we're just messing with the ride height of the front end and just like lowering the front end just a little bit. We're machining a proto link in the shop right now to try to shorten up the rear end like just a little bit to try to get the wheelbase, because I'm a little bit in between sizes, so we've got the reach really good on this bike now. with bringing the bars and everything back with the headset and the stem. We just want to maybe mess with the wheelbase a little bit and see if we can like find stuff. So Jeff's always down to just kind of like chase any idea we got. So it's like, sweet, let's try it. Why not?
Sorry, Rob. Not gonna be able to run the cool lenses today. I can't see, it's too dark. Gonna have to go back to the clear dogs. The bike kind of just, it's one of those bikes that if it's not like perfectly like to the click set up, it still feels good to me. Like, so we're just not really messing with it all that much because it kind of just like, it just feels like it has a broad range where it works, I guess, and it's just pretty easy to find that spot. It doesn't have any big weaknesses that you're constantly trying to work around, so it makes it just pretty easy to set it up.
Straight through the floor, I'm falling in. Came through the door, straight stumbled in. Still watch the film be double length. If it ain't part the script, then it don't trouble with me. Came from the east, brought you tales from the beach. Pounds for the cheap, got my town by the leash. Stayed out of reach, cause they aim for the knees. L-Pay, Bell made, wait for my release. See, I came from afar just to start the regime with the lights on the dash in a car with the leak and the brake light on. My wheels don't scream. Gave it so much, but it still looks bleed. I hit from the blind side, I live on the high side. Stay with my eyes wide. I hit from the blind side, I live on the high side. Stay with my eyes wide, been watching that sci-fi. I hit from the blind side, I live on the high side. Stay with my eyes wide, been watching that sci-fi. I hit from the blind side, I live on the high side. Stay with my eyes wide, been watching that sci-fi.
Maybe I told you too much. Maybe I
that I struggle with. Every new gig is another bill. And I almost slip was the fundament. Most coveted, there's no doubling. Me loose chain on the door off the hinge, don't keep. Second floor full of beats when the house was asleep. Big crates on the wall so the neighbors don't speak. Day and night bleed, no rest for the weak. Low.
You're gonna hit that big tree through the branches in the wind.
That's a small gap, man.
You're gonna have to throw it pretty hard. It doesn't have a lot of weight.
I think
Should have ate less of it.
You can hit Todd around the back of the head.
Oh man, I missed the gap. We're in the gym with the boys, with Todd, Neko, and Jack, just showing them some workouts and stuff. It's one thing to be strong, but to be stable and maintain a posture through your strength, that's important because a lot of people can pull weight, but they have to sacrifice form to pull it.
yeah. You see what I mean?
When you row,
It's kind of your ability to take an impact. So when you row, you shouldn't have to be like coming in here to do it. The elbow should stay. Like,
Aaron's just an open book, I think, for almost anyone. Like, you ask him for advice and he'll help you as much as he can.
And as soon as you take an impact and your elbows go like this, you're over the bar. So you have to be able to take everything here and like through this range basically. So you're trying to get like pecs and shoulders strong enough to where no matter where you take a hit, like this is solid.
Doing it right is way more valuable than doing more weight or more reps. So it's hard to do it by looking in the mirror or doing it by yourself. And these guys showing us how to do it just helps a lot to make sure we're doing everything with really good form.
Same thing. I remember like my first World Cup when I got 10th. You know, like that was a pretty good ride, but I knew I was quite a bit faster than that. I just wasn't fit enough to ride my full speed all the way down the track, like not even close. And I still don't feel like I am. So I've been narrowing the gap every year. But for me, my fitness limits my speed like 100%. It's always been the limiting factor. So we're just constantly trying to get better so that I can ride kind of my all-out speed, you know, top to bottom.
Cooking, you gotta know where to find it, even if you ain't pretty. You can't change the climate in my inner sanctum. My hard work is thankless, bold print the statement. I could show you something that's suited for all ages.